Nice. Oh, wait. Yeah, well, welcome back.
Good morning. Good morning.
To another edition of Roast Beef and Bagels. We are outside and it is windy.
Windy like a beast.
Hopefully, it's not affecting what we're doing.
I'll be honest, it was my idea to come out.
Bro, it's nice out. I thought it was going to rain.
It is, but hopefully it rains much later.
Yeah, it's
But
nice.
dude, if it starts to rain, we have to continue the broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
We don't stop.
But we got a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to discuss. So, Bagels has been out of the news loop, so I had to write stuff down this week.
I've been out of the news loop for a little bit. Been a little bit preoccupied in my personal life. So, Roast Beef, he loves his lists now.
I love the list. I think it's smart.
It's good. Because you know what? There's a lot that goes on, and it's hard to remember everything.
So I'm going to start with something that we were talking about.
Oh, that guy's great.
And then you could ramble on about what you were telling me in the car.
Okay.
So, in Colorado, they just passed a law that if you misgender somebody, you're going to get some kind of jail mandated time.
What?
Yeah,
what?
I didn't get the governor's name, but it says I wrote it down when I seen it. I said, "What the fuck?" I meant to research it, but since you were talking about the thing on the way in, what you'll say now, but
how did like?
So if I call you her, and you're a he, according to you, and I guess I hurt your feelings, now I can be put in jail.
Well, wait. If you meet somebody on the blind, how are you going to know whether it's a he, she, it, left, right? I mean,
that's exactly the problem. But even though, why do I have to go into your delusion? It's your delusion. It's not my delusion who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. Why do I have to feed into that shit? Like, I want to be called Rob the Great. Is everybody going to be called Rob the Great? No. But, well, it's really Roast Beef the Great.
Roast Beef the Great.
So, I figured that's a good segue to what you were telling me on the way in.
Yeah, you know what? That's a tough one. How does it pass? I thought
Colorado's liberal.
Yeah, but I thought because Trump is at the federal level and this is a state level, so it's a bit different, right?
States are like a sovereign nation, basically. They could almost do everything on their own, meaning like the rules and regulations.
But they want federal funding,
right? But it can't impose on the Constitution of the United States. So if someone takes this to the Supreme Court, which I hope they don't have to do that, but if they do, I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose. You can't lock up somebody. That's like me calling you a different name. Like I'm a big guy. Someone calls me fat fuck, and I have them locked up. No, right? I can't have them locked up.
Yeah, but it was also a battle of he said, she said, that right?
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
That's
ever since Colorado legalized magic mushrooms, it's been different. They're fucked up.
So that does bring a little bit into what I was watching on the news. Actually, that's this morning. It's May 31st today, right? So June has been dubbed Pride Month, and that's coming up starting tomorrow. So it's a month-long recognition of the LGBT community. And I truthfully have a hard time remembering all the letters because I didn't know this. Apparently they added 2 more letters, actually a number in the letter, a 2S. And I don't know, I didn't know what any of this, I didn't know what any of it truly meant. Well, LG, lesbian, gay, LGB, bi, T, trans, LGBTQ, queer. Yeah. But wouldn't queer be considered gay or no?
I don't think it's the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Anyway, the news report was actually pretty interesting. And I guess I didn't think about it this way. I understand that people want to be recognized for certain things, and I get it, right? I get it, right? You want to, especially here in the U.S., right? We're extremely diverse and wide open with everything we do. We have people and cultures from all over the world come here, right? Sometimes too many people. But what the guy on the news was saying, and I never thought about it, he said that the concept of, and I guess this was his thought line on it, the LGBT community was that we're actually recognizing and celebrating someone's sexual preference and what they do in their personal life in the bedroom. And I didn't kind of think about it that way, right? You know, and he was going on about how there's no straight month and how heterosexual people don't have anything that recognizes what they do in their personal bedroom,
Right.
their sexual preference or their sexual acts in the bedroom. So he kind of was basically saying he doesn't understand the meaning of the celebration of it. And then he had mentioned about the 2 new letters, number in the letter, which means the number 2 and S. It was for two spirited or two spirit or something along those lines. But then he went on to say that their acronym now takes up, I think he said 30% of the alphabet. So he said this celebration of Pride Month is coming up, and you have to recognize and know what the acronym stands for, and it's demanded that you respect the acronym, the flag, the recognition, and the whole 9 yards. And he said you're basically forced, and you're not entitled to have an opinion to yourself about it. Listen, some people's religions, they don't recognize it, right? Now, we're Catholic, and the Catholic religion doesn't recognize it, although with the former Pope, which we never spoke about, the Pope passing and the new Pope, but with the former Pope, towards the end of his life, he was definitely a little bit more liberal and mainstream, looking to maybe...
He was almost okay with abortion at one point. I was like,
he was
hinting, you know?
I mean, and listen, I guess with changing with the times, I probably don't see an issue with things changing in the Catholic Church or any religion for that matter, right? Like I truly don't understand the whole Gaza position on Queers for Gaza. I'm sorry.
They'll kill you.
They will kill you. They will.
I don't get it.
It's that serious.
But remember,
right?
it's very easy to be here protesting.
Of course.
Than that. They're not going to go there.
They will not. Right.
They want to just fucking cause problems here.
Right. Right. So the Queers for Palestine and all that stuff. Listen, hats off to you. You're a brave person, but you're doing it here in the U.S.
That's why you're brave.
Right. Guaranteed.
Even though you don't like our country.
Right. A million %, you would not get on a plane.
No.
Fly over to Palestine, have a T-shirt that says "Queer for Palestine."
Matter of fact, I would pay to see that. Like, I would go.
Me too.
I would pay to go, and I pay for them to go, but I don't want to be. They'll fucking kill them, and then I'll be on my conscience.
Never mind queer. They don't even have respect for women.
Mm-mm.
I mean, but anyway, we're kind of going off topic a bit. But my point is, it was a very interesting news article or segment or whatever I watched. But it was obviously this reporter's interpretation of it about how the acronym is roughly 30% of the alphabet. It's demanded that we know it. And truthfully, I don't, with the exception of a few letters and whatever was said this morning, and how it's recognizing people's sexual preference in the bedroom.
Imagine
and it's a month devoted to it.
Imagine there was heterosexual white Christian month.
Well,
forget it, bro.
I mean,
they would protest like crazy. The
thing too is, I really don't care what people do. I mean,
I don't know why we have months for everything. That's the thing I don't understand. Right? If you're happy who you are, and just fucking be happy, you know? Who cares?
Yes, that's the thing. When you start breaking stuff down like this, and
so you're gonna like this. I've said this for years, and I might have said it on the podcast before. You cannot ask for equality and special privileges in the same breath. So you want to be equal to everybody else, but you want to have your own month. You want to be equal to everybody else, but you need some kind of money extra. That's not equality. Equality is just go about your fucking life, save, fucking work, and have your family, and leave everybody else the fuck alone. That's equality.
I think that if you didn't have all these individual recognitions for things, I truly think you'd have less problems.
Well, Democrats push the identity politics. That it keeps us divided so that we're arguing with each other. We can't watch them. That's what no one gets. It's not about right or left. It's about doing the right thing by people. I don't give a shit what color you are. If you're a good person, I'm a good person. If you're an asshole, then I'm going to treat you as such as well. It don't matter what color either.
I don't like it. I really don't, because I think it does cause more division. I don't think either one of us care. And truthfully, we have a lot of friends that are in that LGBT community, right? And
actually, we have one friend that really hasn't come out yet. And I love him. I go and hug and kiss him when I see him. I don't give a shit. It don't bother me.
Me neither.
You know, it don't bother me at all. Actually, he went to Stacy one time saying that's why I love Rob. You know, but I don't give a shit what he does.
We know him much since we're kids.
Oh, a little, long time. Yeah, long time. I think it took him a long time too to, you know,
to say what he said that night.
Yeah.
It's true. I don't think it's fully out. And then listen, that's his prerogative too.
That's why I'm not saying nobody's name.
Right. But I think, you know, the whole thing with this, it does cause division. And, you know, hearing this newscaster, you can hear it in his voice. He's not happy about it, and that's his opinion. But he brought it up. He's like, 30% of the alphabet, you got to know what it means, and you're celebrating what people do in the bedroom. I'll be honest with you, I'm a very personal person. I don't talk about my personal life with my family and things I've done in general since I was a kid through my adulthood. That's your personal life and your personal business.
Actually, I think it was our neighborhood. We all grew up like that way. Like, that generation in that neighborhood in Williamsburg, we all kind of just stood to ourselves. No one's business what anybody else did, you know.
I mean, I get the part where some people are mistreated because of beliefs or sexual preferences and stuff like that, and that's fucked up, right?
Yeah, but that's that individual's fault. Meaning that individual's being an asshole. That's their fault. It's not everybody,
right?
I don't give a shit what people do. Dude. Like,
and the thing, like you just said with Colorado, how is that fair to someone who doesn't know, right? If in fact something like that does pass,
I don't think if they bring it to the Supreme Court, it's going to stay. You can't, bro. That's like people saying, look, like I said, I want to be called roast beef the great, and if you don't, I'm going to lock you up and call the cops. What the fuck? It's stupid.
Yeah, it'll never fly.
No.
And think about all like.
But dude, it's the government, especially liberal government, is designed to divide. So a little off topic, but same kind of, not about LGBT, but the Hochul, our New York governor, she's trying to put in a bill. You're not going to like this either. She's trying to put in a bill that you pay energy bills like Con Edison, whatever. What's the gas? I don't even know what the gas is anymore. Gas company.
Wasn't it Brooklyn Union?
Brooklyn Union. I don't know if it is anymore.
No.
Yeah, Brooklyn. What is it called now?
Isn't it called Grid something?
Oh, yeah. National Grid.
National Grid.
So she wants you to pay by your cost of living, not by on what the energy. Yeah. So whatever. So if you make, I'm just saying, 100 grand, you pay 50. If you make 25 grand, you pay 15. And that you can't.
No.
That's just another divide. And unfortunately,
what if you don't have a gas stove and you have an electric stove?
Yeah, but unfortunately,
like Biden wants everyone to have.
Poor people want that, right? Because they get the break. But people like me and you are going to fight against it. And of course, they're going to be like, oh, you're an asshole. You're fighting against it. Yeah, because I got to fucking keep paying. That's why.
Well, we would get a flat rate.
We would get a flat rate based upon how much our salary is, how much we make a year. And that would include, like, if you're married, right? So, I don't know. You make 100 grand. Yeah. You make 100 grand. Your wife makes 100 grand. That's 200,000. Now you're paying $200 a month. But if a single parent with a kid, you only pay $20 a month. And I get the sentimental value of it. Well, I get it, but that's not our fault. We shouldn't pay for someone. Liberals has a thing where they want you to pay for somebody else constantly. I don't want to pay for nobody. I can barely pay for myself. You want me to pay for other people? I don't like it.
I was going to say, what if you're like a single person and you're successful and single and you eat out every night? You're not using your stove or whatever.
Right, your gas bill is like fucking $2 because you don't fucking use it. Now it's $200 because you make the money.
You're basically paying for the hookup. Listen, she's an idiot.
Yeah, she'll get reelected.
You think so?
I think she will. Who's fucking running against her?
She almost lost last time to that guy, the Long Island guy that ran against her.
He's in the Trump administration now too, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think he's in the Trump administration. So speaking about fucking liberal fucking states that fucking hurt the taxpayer. So California just got an audit.
They're the worst.
You'll appreciate this. So California has 5 extra representatives in Washington because they count illegal immigrants on the census.
They can't.
So they just got caught.
Oh, they got caught.
Yeah. So they have 5 more representatives in Washington because of this. And Newsom's trying to say, well, they're our residents. Yeah, but they're not citizens, right? So they're tacking on to it. It's some crazy number too. It's like
So they get more representatives, which means more votes.
More votes in Washington. Yeah, because the Congress
Did they
works
remove them?
Not yet, but I'm sure that if this is in the news, I'm sure Trump's going to find a way to figure it the fuck out. You can't do that, dude. So that's why Ocasio-Cortez is in trouble, because people are moving out of the Bronx and the population is going down. So her seat might be lost in a couple of years. That's why she's looking to try to go against Schumer now. She's looking to go to the Senate, where she's safe. And she's saying that she could beat Schumer. Now, can she? Probably.
I think she could.
I think she could. Because they're both fucking pieces of shit.
No, I think Schumer's worn out his welcome.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I don't know if you caught the most recent roast beef and bagel public service announcement.
Yeah.
Where Chuck Schumer had an approval rating of 13%, but his response was polls go up and down.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about California.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised that they gotta lose their representation immediately until it gets sorted out.
But you gotta prove that they don't know exactly how many illegal immigrants are on there. So they have to redo the census. You know what I'm saying to you? And they have to do it federally so that way the federal government says, can I see ID that you're a citizen?
Oh my God.
During the census, you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. So literally when they knock on your door, you gotta have proof.
Yeah, that's what I would think. You can't just say, yeah, 10 people live here. Well, fucking 10 people. Yeah, dude, that's no good. And now, I'm sure you seen yesterday that fucking Elon's done. He had
with Doge.
Yeah, he's no longer the head. Doge is going to continue though.
Mm-hmm.
But he's no longer there because he has a special title, and they're only allowed to work 90 days in that specialized title.
Yeah, that was said at the beginning of the Doge administration or the Trump administration, that he wasn't going to head it for the entire 4 years. That was something that was said.
I like it. Yeah, I think he's good. He said he's going to be back though. Trump was saying he's still going to be an advisor, and he's still going to call the Doge kids, the Doge 7, whatever, a couple of times a month to see how it's going. But one of the things that he found, which is crazy, Fannie Mae, right? Fannie Mae.
Yeah, the home, the real estate lender or whatever
from the government. They help you out.
Yeah.
So you'll appreciate this too, dude.
Oh boy.
Fannie Mae has 2,900 employees on a regular basis, meaning like they average 2,900 employees every year to year. How many people do you think come to work every day?
0.
49. 49 people. That was the last thing fucking what Doge found.
But listen, I don't think it's a problem. They don't physically go into an office.
Well, they're saying there's not much work for them to do. So they can't keep track of what they're doing at home, because Fannie Mae is something that's done through an application process. It's done computer. It's like
it's online.
Yeah, it's like an AI system. They don't need the 2,900 people. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought that'd be interesting. I was like, I gotta talk about this.
But I don't want to see anyone lose their job.
No, I hear you. Whatever. But
go to work, Fannie Mae people. Don't lose your job.
And another thing, dude. I don't know if you've seen this.
You got a list.
I got a list. It's crazy. So I feel bad. So let me just say this. I'm not making fun of him. Biden got they said stage 9 cancer, colon cancer.
9?
Yeah, 9. And I said, how was that?
4?
I thought 4 was it. So, dude, I've seen it on CNN 9. I've seen it on conservative station. They say 9, right? And I'm like, how is it 9? Like, how is it 9? They're saying that he just got diagnosed. Now, dude, look, for you all who don't understand how government works, the president gets a checkup every 3 to 6 months, traditionally. And they come out with fucking, there's no way he's at a later stage and they didn't see this while he was president.
Dude, so that's maybe a little something else I was kind of paying attention to. The guy from CNN, Tapper.
Yeah.
He wrote this book, right?
About
Biden and what was covered up, right?
Yeah.
And now
so he did.
Well, dude,
oh my God.
He's
Tapper,
on.
holy crap.
He's on this. He's a CNN guy.
That's why I'm surprised. Dude.
He's on this
podcast
tour to promote the book. Well, I will tell anyone here 2 things I watched on YouTube: Megyn Kelly, and then the summary wrap up by Stephen A. Smith. And you've heard me say in prior episodes, I am not a fan of Stephen A. Smith.
You don't like it?
I don't like this guy, but he spoke to I like that guy, Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum. He spoke to Officer Tatum, and the more Stephen A. is talking to the opposing side, he claims to be independent, but he always votes Democratic, right?
Well, to be honest, that's us too. Well, me.
So
Very rare do I vote Democrat.
not me. I voted all kinds of parties. But anyway, apparently this guy, I think his name is Jack Tapper.
Yeah.
He wrote this book about the cover up of Biden and what's going on. Megyn Kelly ripped him and shredded him a new a-hole about how he jeopardized his journalist integrity by lying and covering up all that he knew about Biden. And all of a sudden, he knows now that Biden is sick after the fact.
Yeah.
All his, he swore up and down that he was the right candidate. He was, alert, positive, smart, healthy, strong. All the cover-ups and all the lies. And she totally exposed him because his response was, well, the White House, the prior administration White House didn't like me too much. And then she caught him in his web of lies, and she's saying, you claimed that you had more than over 200 insiders tell you this. And then
you didn't say shit.
Right. He didn't say, and then he goes, that was after he lost the election. She goes, oh, how convenient. He loses the election in November. Fast forward to May, and you have a book coming out that you got 200
Well, he didn't
insiders.
lose it because he didn't run.
Well,
Dems.
Right.
I got you.
So that Biden was pulled and the election was lost. That the hatred for Trump ran so deep that he ran the risk of ruining his journalistic integrity and reputation to make up a lie. And now he wants to capitalize on it by writing a book. So what Stephen A. Smith said, and he hit a home run with it. He said the same thing. He said Megyn Kelly shredded him on the thing. He's definitely watch it on YouTube if you haven't already. But
Maybe
then
try to put the link up.
I will. He said all the things that Trump is saying about CNN being fake news and this and that, and it's all lies. He said he's right. He said by this coming to the surface now, it makes him more right on everything he's saying. And he said,
hate him, bro.
So they saying it's just a personal hatred for a person, not his politics, for an individual, that they despise him so much that they're willing to lie and risk their professional careers and integrity just to cover things up. So he's saying it only makes Trump's case so much stronger now, and everything he's saying, how everything is a hoax and a lie, because you hear it, right? And listen, I'm a Trump supporter, so you hear sometimes, oh, it's a lie, it's a cover-up. Then you say, well, how many times can people lie and cover up? But then it keeps getting exposed. So Trump is telling the truth, and then all you can say is, Jesus, this guy's right. I mean, they're really after him.
One right after another, dude.
So watch this Megyn Kelly thing with this Tapper guy in the book.
Oh, man.
And if you see the follow-up with Stephen A., the interviews are fairly long. You're going to have to sit 10, 15 minutes each one.
I'm going to watch it.
Our podcasts are up to 40 minutes now.
Yeah.
They're kind of long.
So let's talk about the big bill. There's a few things I want to tell these idiots.
The big, beautiful bill?
Yeah, the big, beautiful bill, because I am so sick of hearing CNN saying other things. So one, let me just talk about the Medicaid. He is not cutting Medicaid at all. What he is doing is cutting the 1.4 million illegal immigrants that use Medicaid when they have emergency services in hospitals. So the Democrats are coming out saying there's not one illegal immigrant on Medicaid, which is true. It's a half true. But when you go and say you cut your finger off and you're illegally here, you go to the hospital and they put you on emergency Medicaid that we pay for, right? And they get treated. So 1.4 million people did that last year alone.
We're not doing it no more.
Billions of dollars. We're not doing it. The other thing is there are no taxes on tips or overtime. That helps the middle class, not the wealthy, you fucking morons.
They don't work.
Anybody who
have to work overtime.
Anybody who makes between $30,000 and $80,000 a year will see a 15% decrease in their taxes. They'll have more money in their pocket. So I don't know what CNN's saying that it's preference the wealthy. Dude, just read the fucking bill. Go to congress.org. It takes time. You got to look to the fucking bill to feel what you want. Read the bill. They're lying again, just like Tapper.
Of course.
I hate them.
It's all BS and nonsense just to make you believe something and try to get you to swing the other way back to that liberal side. They're losing steam, the liberals. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I agree, dude.
They're losing it.
I agree 100%.
Lefties losing it. You see that Australian news thing on YouTube?
No.
Aussie News, I think it's called.
Watch it.
They have a segment called Lefty Losing It. All they do
Is it the woman? Is it the woman
with the brunette with the dark hair,
I've
and then
seen
she
it,
has another girl with blondish hair.
Yeah.
All they do is they show how foolish Americans look. I mean, I hate to say it, but they show how stupid Americans look, and they have this segment called "Lefties Losing." It's hysterical. It's hysterical.
So the other thing is, which I seen, I know Trump lost something in the Supreme Court recently about the illegal immigrants. He lost it, but this is a new one. So when Biden was president, dude, he protected 500,000 illegal immigrants, and they put them in some program or whatever. Now, most people don't know this. The Constitution, there's only two bodies that can give you either temporary citizenship or citizenship. One is obviously Congress. They could give you citizenship. That's what they do. The second is the State Department, where Marco Rubio is. The president can't sign an executive order and make 500,000 people give them legal status. So Trump just got rid of the program. People are fucking nuts, dude. It went to the Supreme Court on an emergency thing last night, and the Supreme Court said they cannot. So now you got the liberal media this morning going, 500,000 illegal immigrants might get deported, and they were legally here. No, they were never legally here. They were granted under an unconstitutional executive order written by Biden. Learn the fucking government. I don't understand. They talk about their feelings so goddamn much.
Dude, you're getting tight today.
I get crazy because I don't look. If I don't know something, dude, if I don't know something, I try to look it up.
You gotta look it up. You gotta educate yourself.
Look it up.
Don't listen. Whoever been watching our podcast, you see, we do try to fact check ourselves. Ourselves.
And to be honest, it's usually me. He does it for me.
We gotta fact check ourselves. We don't know what the hell we're talking about.
And it's starting to rain.
But we don't care.
So let me just squeeze in these last two, okay? So the last one you're gonna have fun with, so I'm not gonna say, but this one here. So Trump wants to put a tariff on movies that are made across the.
I heard about this.
So I've never seen liberals agree with Trump before, but liberals are saying we agree because the liberals Hollywood, Hollywood liberals. So they're saying that it takes $675,000 a day to produce any movie, meaning whatever, like if we're working on a set, $605,000.
I believe
that's a lot of fucking money, right?
A lot of money.
So what they're saying is we don't agree with the tariffs, but we would like to get a tax rebate that we give, what they give usually like oil companies and stuff. So over a sudden, they like tax rebates now because it's for Hollywood, but when it's for fucking fossil fuel, they're not good. No one should ever get it. But now California, and the last one, dude, you're gonna have fun with this, but I'm gonna speak on this first.
You love
Trump wants to maybe pardon Diddy. I disagree.
No.
He should not pardon.
That came up?
That came up. Yeah. Well, I think they were fishing for it. They were fishing for something for him to say.
Who? Oh, so he was asked?
He was asked. And you know what he says? He goes, before I got into politics, me and Diddy were very close. Very close. He goes, so I'd have to look at the situation. He says, but I wouldn't say no. I won't say yes. I would have to look into it.
So, it's funny.
I disagree.
I disagree too. Well, first of all, we can't say we agree or disagree because he's not really arrested yet.
He's up.
He's in trials now.
He's in trial. Yeah.
It's right now.
Right.
And from the little bit, the little bit I've heard and watched. Well, not you can't watch it because it's not on TV. No,
yeah, they won't
well, you listen. You should not bring cameras into the courtroom.
You don't look at the problem. OJ.
It brought problems with OJ, Rodney King, and all this other shit. You can't do that. You're gonna get people riled up. People get nuts. I mean, listen, everybody's on edge. Afterwards, just find out the verdict afterwards. But according to some of the summaries, they're saying that I don't know if it's the state versus Diddy or however.
Yeah.
That they're not proving their case. They're only really proving so far the domestic violence thing because clearly it was on video
and sexual assault
when he beat up
sex
trafficking and the racketeering. Supposedly he's not being proven,
right?
That.
So the sex trafficking is RICO. They're trying to get him on RICO so he don't leave. Like he'll spend the rest of his life in prison, 25 years. You can't get him on RICO because he didn't sex traffic anybody. Now, sex trafficking, we talked about it at work actually. My old one of my coworkers is a cop, an ex-cop, and he was saying to me that sex trafficking is this. So me and you in New York, we pay a girl in New Jersey as a prostitute to come to New York. We bring her over the state line.
Right.
So they have to prove that he did that, meaning him. So if I'm P. Diddy, I don't do that. I call you, you're my assistant, you do that, but I don't want to rat on you and you're not going to rat on me. So I don't think they're going to get the RICO charge. I don't think it's going to stick. But the sexual assaults, bro, I mean, I heard some of the stuff. I think it's going to stick.
Yeah, but if you have willing participants, right?
So yeah, one of the girls was saying that he made her perform oral, right? And she just kind of went along with it. She was afraid of him. She didn't say no you know, at the time, from my understanding of what you were saying. So I don't know how that goes. Like, if you don't say no, I don't want to, and you kind of do it even reluctantly, is that still like, I don't know.
You know, and the other thing too, like they say some of the acts that he performed is a bit different than what the R. Kelly situation was, because R. Kelly had all underage kids.
Yes.
Apparently, he was performing those same types of acts that R. Kelly did, but these were supposedly consenting adults. And supposedly, the girlfriend, Sierra, she consented to some of the stuff that was being done. Now, she did say she did it for a couple of reasons. One, she claimed she loved him, right? I mean, she was with him 10 years or some long period of time.
Like, she was having sex with other guys.
So
while he was watching.
And she claimed that she would have done anything because she loved him and wanted to satisfy him. And she also said she was afraid because she knew the repercussions. But they showed text messages where she said, I can't wait to have another one of these freak offs and stuff like that. So who knows?
I don't know.
I mean, and if he does walk, which he does have a chance. I mean, if you think about it, either way, you have a 50-50 chance, right?
I thought he would be dead by now if he ratted. If he started ratting on people.
He didn't. So far, nothing. No names have been really dropped except what's on the videos that are released, right?
And he's still not saying nothing.
No, he's not. But the thing is, if he has a chance, if he walks, if he's a smart man, he's still going to be a billionaire, right? When he gets out, if he gets out, I would fucking vanish. Or I would just lay low in my mansion or wherever. I mean, I would probably leave the country. I'd probably go somewhere else, a beautiful place, and lay low.
You don't need to work. Everything's residuals now money. It's passive money. Every time someone plays his fucking music, he gets money. He doesn't need it. You don't need it.
I would just lay low if he gets out. I don't think he's getting off, dude. You don't think so? Well, he's definitely guilty in the eyes of the people's court, right? Yeah. Because you hear what he did and
that one video too in the hotel.
Oh, the hotel. Come on. And there's more. They released a second part to that.
I didn't see that.
And in the second part,
you love it.
The second part, I saw just some of it. A security guard was actually called up to the floor. You see the security guard come up and Diddy talking to him. And supposedly the security guard did testify. And supposedly it was said that Diddy told him to make any tape vanish. And the guy said, you know, at the time, I can't do stuff like that. Yeah. So, you know.
Did you see the Netflix?
I did. So, like I said, the acts that he performed.
Yeah, dude. And his friends are ratting on him.
Well, yeah. The former bodyguards and shit
they're
like
just ratting on him. I mean, when you get that rich, dude, I guess you have that arrogance to you. I mean, I don't know.
You feel untouchable.
I almost feel like it's weird. I feel like he should go to jail, but I don't know what it should be for. Like if you ask me right now, should I put it? Hey, you should, because something had to happen.
Why?
There's no way you got 20,000 people saying that you got raped and there was fucking what do you call it, baby oil and all that
thousands of bottles.
I mean, there's something going on there, dude. I mean, supposedly fucking Ben left Jen because of all the stuff that she was in.
Supposedly, yeah.
You don't want to deal with that shit either, bro.
Who knows?
Yeah, dude, I don't know, bro.
So I don't know, but just real quick, the Pope died, Pope Francis, and now we have Pope Leo.
I actually like him a little
First
bit.
American, only because he was born and raised in Chicago, but spent most of his life in South America. But they showed him at a couple of White Sox games or something like that. They dug up old photos or whatever. I thought it was hysterical.
He made an announcement that he seems more on the conservative part of the religion now.
He hasn't been back to the U.S., they said, for years, because he spent most of his career down in South America.
And this is what, the first one,
so,
right?
So the first American Pope, because he was born in Chicago.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Pope Leo the 14th.
I just hope he sticks to, I always say, even in the local churches, stick to the Bible. Stick to the Bible.
The Bible does have its own set of rules.
Yeah, don't veer from the Bible. You're not here to represent anybody else but Jesus and God.
Even though it's the Catholic faith, he's recognized as the spiritual leader of the world. Yeah. I mean, no disrespect to any other religion,
like the Buddha guy,
but that's what the recognition is. That's why it is a big deal if you think about it. It's not promoting one religion greater than the other. It's just the way society kind of views things.
I actually think it's sad that it's become so political. Like when I was a kid, remember Pope John Paul II?
Oh, everybody loved him. They made him a saint, right?
Yeah. There was no politics in fucking Vatican, and all of a sudden, I don't know what happened.
Times are changing, but all right. Well, listen, I think that's going to wrap it up. It's starting to come down. We appreciate your time as always. And ciao.
We got to watch out of the rain.